Are you curious about the intricate workings of the human mind? This video delves into the fascinating world of psychology, exploring its history and applications. Discover how psychology helps us understand behavior from a scientific perspective. Psychology is the scientific study of the mind and behavior. It seeks to understand processes within the human mind and observable behaviors. The field covers cognitive processes, emotional experiences, and biological underpinnings. Psychology explores how individuals think, feel, and act in various situations. Through research, psychologists aim to unravel complexities of human thought and behavior. Psychology emerged as a distinct discipline in the late 19th century. Philosophical inquiries laid the groundwork for psychology. Wilhelm Wundt established the first experimental psychology laboratory. Structuralism and functionalism were early approaches in psychology. These approaches analyzed consciousness and adaptive functions of behavior. In addition to Wundt's contributions, William James played a crucial role in advancing functionalism in the United States, emphasizing how mental processes help individuals adapt to their environments. Structuralism, championed by Edward Titchener, aimed to break down mental processes into the most basic components using introspection. Psychology gradually evolved from philosophical roots to adopt scientific methods, incorporating observation, experimentation, and hypothesis testing. During this time, psychology also began to intersect with biology, especially in understanding the nervous system and brain function. As the field progressed, other schools of thought, such as behaviorism, led by John B. Watson and later B.F. Skinner, psychoanalysis, developed by Sigmund Freud, and humanistic psychology, led by Carl Rogers and Abraham Maslow, emerged, further shaping the discipline. The early 20th century saw new psychological schools of thought. Behaviorism focused on observable behaviors and environmental influences. Gestalt psychology studied holistic perceptions. Psychoanalysis explored the unconscious mind's influence on behavior. These schools expanded the understanding of human psychology. Psychology diversified into various subfields over time. Clinical, cognitive, and social psychology are examples. Specialization allows focus on specific aspects of behavior. Advances in research and technology fueled this growth. Professional organizations like the APA support scientific development. The psychodynamic perspective emphasizes unconscious processes. Sigmund Freud, Carl Jung, and Alfred Adler were key figures. Early childhood experiences shape behavior in this view. Psychoanalysis is a therapeutic application of this perspective. It explores the dynamic interplay of conflicting forces. Behaviorism emphasizes the impact of the external environment. It focuses on observable behaviors rather than internal mental states, arguing that all behavior is learned through interaction with the environment. This approach was pioneered by John B. Watson and later expanded by B.F. Skinner, who introduced the concept of operant conditioning, where behaviors are shaped by reinforcement or punishment. Behaviorism rejects introspection and instead uses scientific, measurable methods to study behavior. It became especially influential in the early to mid-20th century, particularly in areas such as education, therapy, and animal training. The cognitive perspective investigates mental processes. Key figures include Jean Piaget and Ulrich Neisser. It explores thinking, memory, and perception. This approach examines how individuals process information. Cognitive psychology is essential for understanding decision-making. The humanistic perspective emphasizes personal growth. Abraham Maslow and Carl Rogers are key figures. It stresses self-actualization and inherent goodness. Humanists believe in fulfilling potential and self-improvement. This perspective focuses on positive aspects of human nature. The biological perspective examines behavior's biological basis. James Olds and Roger Sperry were key contributors. It emphasizes the role of the brain and genetics. Physiological processes influence psychological functioning. This perspective links biology and behavior. The evolutionary perspective explores adaptive behaviors. Charles Darwin and David Buss are notable figures. It considers how traits enhance survival and reproduction. This perspective examines psychological phenomena's adaptive functions. Evolutionary psychology links behavior to evolutionary history. The sociocultural perspective examines cultural influences. Lev Vygotsky and Harry Triandis contributed significantly. It explores how culture shapes behavior and thought. Social interactions and cultural context are central. This perspective emphasizes the role of society in psychology. In particular, Vygotsky's theory of sociocultural development highlighted the importance of language, social interaction, and cultural tools in cognitive growth, introducing concepts like the zone of proximal development, ZPD, and scaffolding. Harry Triandis, on the other hand, focused on individualism versus collectivism, demonstrating how cultural values influence perception, motivation, and social behavior. The sociocultural approach is vital in cross-cultural psychology, helping researchers understand how behaviors considered normal vary across societies. It also sheds light on how factors such as ethnicity, socioeconomic status, gender roles, and traditions impact mental processes and development. This perspective plays a crucial role in education, communication, mental health services, and global psychology research, ensuring cultural relevance and sensitivity. This perspective focuses on personal experiences. Viktor Frankl and Rollo May were influential. It emphasizes individual choice and responsibility. The search for meaning is central to this view. Existential psychology explores subjective human experiences. The eclectic approach combines multiple perspectives. It acknowledges no single view explains all behavior. Integrative methods draw from various theories. This approach seeks a holistic understanding. It reflects psychology's diversity and complexity. Psychological concepts address mental health issues. Stress, resilience, and coping mechanisms are key. Understanding these aids in managing modern challenges. Psychology helps develop strategies for mental well-being. It plays a crucial role in addressing mental health crises. Psychology examines social media's effects on identity. Concepts like social influence are crucial. Online interactions shape behavior and attitudes. Cyberpsychology studies technology's impact on mental well-being. This field helps understand modern social dynamics. Psychological concepts inform diversity and inclusion efforts. Stereotypes and prejudice are central topics. Understanding these aids in reducing discrimination. Psychology promotes tolerance and inclusive societies. It addresses issues of intergroup relations and social harmony. In particular, social psychology explores how implicit biases, in-group/out-group dynamics, and social identity shape attitudes and behavior toward others. Research by scholars like Gordon Allport, Egg, The Nature of Prejudice, has shown that intergroup contact, when managed properly, can reduce hostility and foster empathy. Psychologists also study how systemic factors, such as institutional discrimination and cultural norms, influence opportunities and access. Diversity training programs often draw on psychological theories to challenge biases and develop empathy, perspective taking, and conflict resolution skills. By applying evidence-based strategies, psychology contributes to more equitable education, workplace practices, and public policy, ultimately supporting the development of inclusive, respectful, and cooperative communities. Psychology helps address trauma from global crises. Concepts like PTSD guide interventions. Coping mechanisms are essential for recovery. Social support plays a vital role in healing. Psychology provides tools for dealing with collective trauma. Psychology enhances educational strategies. Learning theories and motivation are key concepts. Understanding cognitive development aids teaching. Psychology addresses individual learning differences. It informs the creation of inclusive educational environments. Psychology explores human behavior's environmental impact. Environmental psychology studies behavior change. It examines sustainable practices and climate action. Understanding behavior aids in promoting environmental responsibility. Psychology contributes to tackling climate challenges. Psychology promotes healthy lifestyles and behavior change. Health psychology informs interventions like smoking cessation. It addresses physical activity and preventive measures. Understanding behavior change models guides health strategies. Psychology supports public health efforts. In conclusion, psychology offers valuable insights into human behavior and societal challenges. By applying key concepts, it addresses modern issues such as mental health, social justice, education, and interpersonal relationships. This dynamic field continues to contribute to understanding and improving the human experience in meaningful ways. Thank you for watching this video. We hope it helped deepen your understanding of psychology and its real-world relevance. If you have any questions, please feel free to send a message to 0748,436,188. Enjoy the rest of the day.